SoCalQOL. It is Motivation Monday, and I guess it's technically Emotional Wellness Monday as well. But we are going to take away some fears. We are going to inspire ourselves, and we are going to get motivated because I want you, slash, I'm making you, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you right now, you have to sell one thing with me on eBay right now. Just one thing, just one little thing. Doesn't matter what it is. Could be a car, could be a collectible item, could be a hat you have lying around inside your house, could be a shirt you haven't worn, could be some shoes that you basically never wear, but you think that you could actually probably make a few dollars with. If you got an extra watch lying around, those sell really well. Um, like I've said, I sold a gold chain a couple weeks ago, but the idea right now is I just want you guys to get rid of the anxiety. I want you to get rid of the stress and the fear of hustling at all. You know, if you're an introvert and you're sitting there going like, yeah, I want to do these kinds of things, but I can't do it. I can't. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to try. I'm afraid to fail. It's okay. If you don't get the fix that I usually get, that's okay. But the whole point is I want you to sell one thing on eBay as I choke on my own throat. So, how do you sell something on eBay? Well, first you have to have a PayPal account. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm literally recording my phone right now on the podcast. So you won't be able to see it on the video on YouTube or see it obviously on the podcast. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video to our IGTV vertical video format place on Instagram. And that way you guys can look at it later. So I'm clicking into PayPal. There's the thing though. I want you to do it on your phone. I don't want you to do it on your computer. I think more people in this world have phones that are, internet friendly and all that good stuff versus not. So we all have smartphones. We all have the ability to take pictures of things. We all have the ability to get an internet connection or get on Wi-Fi, and that's what I do. I literally do all my eBay posting from my phone. I don't do it from the computer. The only time I actually have to use a computer, or I could set it up to where I don't have to, but as far as shipping the product and printing out the label, I could technically like AirDrop or like Bluetooth it to my printer, but instead I usually just open it up on my browser on my computer, plug my USB cable in. It's just easier that way. But even if you don't have the ability to do that, like there's other workarounds. So um, we'll figure that out later. You can always message me later. But so as we're looking at this screen, you basically have a section that says need to PayPal question mark sign up. So I click that. So essentially you're gonna put in your legal first name, legal last name, email, a password you generate, street address, additional address information, city, state, zip, and mobile phone. And then you're gonna press agree and continue. The reason why they need your address, I believe, is because that'll like essentially uh, give you paperwork if you want the physical paperwork to be shipped to you. Also, if you get their credit card, that way you'll have some of the information plugged in there. But if you're wary about PayPal having your address, I'm sorry that you're scared of that. But you can't hustle unless you put out your uh, address to a big company like PayPal. So once you agree and continue, it should open up to your login and stuff. I'm using my current login. Hopefully you guys can't see because I logged in with FaceTime. And I'm using time, yes, time, sorry, Face ID. So then we open it up and you guys can see my account. But yeah, uh, that's it. That's all you got to do. So once you have the account set up, then what you're going to do is you're going to go to eBay. And once again, I'm going to the eBay app. I'm going to the eBay icon on my phone, not on the computer. I know you can, but we're not going to do that. So when you go to the main home area, there's a My eBay section. So you click that and you go into sign in at the top. Now there's 3 different places to basically sign up or log in, I should say. Um, the first one is use email or username. Second one is sign in with Facebook, and then the third one is sign in with Google. Now, if you're gonna not do Facebook or Google, which I mean, I don't care what you want to do, as long as you get a login and you can sign in. If you go to create an account, you also have the option to create a business account. It says you can also continue with Facebook and Google still, but if you use your email, type in your email, first name, last name, continue, and I'm pretty darn sure that's all you have to do. Super easy, nothing crazy. So I'm gonna sign in with my login and stuff. It is super fun. I wonder why it's not loading. I'm totally gonna shoot myself in the face now because I'm gonna shoot myself in the face. I'm going to shoot myself in the foot because actually I'm curious now what logging with Facebook does. It's sake of this example. Let me log in. That'd be super interesting. Could get off my Wi-Fi. That could be my Wi-Fi as well. I'd be curious to know if this is. Ooh, it's signed in as. This looks right. So maybe I never did. Yeah, maybe I never did a username. Let's see. Maybe I used Facebook. So right now I logged in and I clicked on selling, which is on the very bottom right hand side. If you have like Android, I'm pretty sure it's the same, but I could be wrong. So yeah, so now we're logged in. So once again, at the bottom right hand side at the selling tab. Once you click that, basically it says at the top there's a big blue button that says list an item. Below that, it has my like it's either my expected selling or actually what I've sold in the past 60 days. I've sold $334 worth of stuff in the past 60 days. For some of us, that's amazing. For some of us, that's like life changing. And I want you guys to realize that that's just shit in your house. That's just stuff that you could get from a garage sale super cheap, or some of the stuff I sell I get for free from people. Like people find out that I sell on eBay and they're like, "Hey, I have this whole, garage full of stuff. Would you want to go through it? And if you want any of it, you can take it and sell it." Like I love selling free stuff. One, it takes away the anxiety of basically failing at selling something above what you paid for it. And when you get it for free, you sell it for a cent, you've made money. And you could sell anything for a cent. So why not sell it for $1 or $10 or $20? So, okay. So another disclaimer. Once you figure out what you want to sell in your house or after you go to a garage sale or whatever, take that thing and you're just going to take pictures of it on your phone. I have portrait mode, so I use my portrait mode and I make it look all pretty. But you do one pretty photo, and I'm gonna go on my phone. You can see it right now that I have a portrait mode, portrait picture of a stocking. It's literally a stocking, like a Christmas stocking. So I took one with a portrait mode, so it makes it look kind of like it's got the blurred background. It kind of looks nice. This is actually a really crappy version of something I should be selling with you guys, but hey, you know what? Is what it is. That's what I had available to show you. But yeah, so then the second picture is the normal photo, so it has it, wider, less pretty. You can see the tag. Then I flipped it around so you can see the back of it, which is exactly the same. It's from Madison 88, which I believe is from Anthropology. Could be wrong. And then I even have on the tag, I have the price of the item, and that doesn't even necessarily mean this is what I'm going to sell it for. But so I have those photos. So you got your photos, and I usually take my photos in the day. That way I can use natural lighting. But even if you don't have natural lighting, just go in your living room, turn on the lights, and just make sure you have light on it, and you can get enough stuff. Don't worry about the background or any of the junk around you. It's fine. So I'm going back to eBay. I go to, well, first before we list the item. So we made a note, right? We looked up here. I already searched it. I've already actually put this up, so I could show you guys. But so I go in my search area. So you're going to type in whatever the product is, and you don't have to be crazy with it. Just be kind of generic. But if they actually has like a part number, like if it's a pair of shoes, usually they have like a part number in the little lip or the tongue. Sorry, the tongue of the shoe, or the brand of the shirt, color. Last one would be, let's say it's an appliance. You can literally look up the product name, the brand it's from, and the model that it is. So I'm looking up the Madison 88 home stocking. I put whole last time. Okay. And so we had one that's there, that's already up. Okay. And I clicked on it, and it hasn't sold. They're trying to sell it for, or is this me? This isn't me, is it? It is me. Ah, that's funny. I didn't even realize. Okay. So we looked up the product, right? Sorry, I'm going to go back. We looked at the product. Now on the top right below the little cart, there's a thing that says filter. You click filter, and you go down, and you click on sold items. And then when you do sold items, then uh, it automatically adds completed items because you want something that's sold, that's completed. Then you go back over to done, and then you load it up, and then there's just pictures of sold items. Now, the one item that I'm selling, there's no exact model. A lot of times you're going to see the exact model or type of item, pair of shoes, whatever it is. You're going to see the exact same one, and you can literally reference all of the sold items that have sold in the past 30, 60 days. But for me, I have other Madison 88 Anthropology stockings. 1850, $45, $35, $35, $35, $75 for a throw blanket. Um, but those first few, 20 to 45 bucks in between there. So right off the bat, I know that there is a market for this product, this type of product, and it's been in the last. Oh, actually, they sold back in November, December of last year. So you know what? I might not sell anything with this, but guess what? With eBay, you can sell up to, I believe it's 50 items without having like a charge, without getting charged what they call um, a listing fee. It's like 30 cents. As a beginner, it's like 30 seconds. The higher up you go in their little tier of things, you can go down to 25 cents and 20 cents. But for us, it's 30. So once again, I know there's a market for this thing. So I'm going to put it up. So I go to selling, bottom right hand side, little tab. I go to the top, it says list an item. So I'm going to look up, there's actually a place that you can scan the barcode. So if you have a barcode that you can scan, even better. But if I don't have the item with me, like I store all my items, so I don't necessarily have them physically with me. I take all the pictures at one time of 20, 30 things. I store it away, and then I go back home inside, while I'm watching TV, I'll literally throw stuff up on eBay. So I'm going to look up Madison 88 stocking. Okay. Now, even if there's not something that's already been sold, they still might have it in their database. eBay is really good at that. They have a lot of items that are up on eBay. So the first one literally says home and garden, holiday and seasonal decor, Christmas and winter, stockings and hangers. Sounds about right to me. So I click it. Oh, you know what I should do? I should type in like red. See if that. Oh, boop boop. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back. Stockings and hangers, and then you can look at the certain ones, and even if there's one that's not exactly the same as yours, but it's close to it. Like, um, one of them says there's like one in the middle that says Madison 88 Anthropology Silver and Bone Stocking Sparkly 22-inch. Okay, so I click that one. It says what's the condition. You say used, or yeah, it's odds are it's gonna be used. Then it says, does this look correct? Okay, sell yours at the bottom. It opens it up. It has pre-selected things that are already filtered, or it's pre-inserted text for you. At the top, you go to pictures, you go to your photo gallery. Like me, I'm gonna turn off my Wi-Fi. I shouldn't need Wi-Fi. Well, once you get your photos, you click on the photos, then you go to title. You change the title to match what you're selling. So if it's not sparkly, if it's not the same type, but it's close, I'm going to leave it Madison 88 Anthropology Stocking. Don't put in subtitles because that costs more money. Go to category. Category is the one that we already did. In the item description, it literally says condition is used and the color isn't silver. For me, it's red. So I'm going to change it to red. Okay. And I can leave it at that. Just leave it at that. And then now they auto fill, which I like. In the description, they auto fill Madison 88 Anthropology Stocking dot condition is used, period. So that's kind of reiterating what the title said, but whatever. Then we go to pricing. Okay, some people are weird about auctioning for whatever reason, but I've actually got in the habit of doing what they call a buy it now version. So it's like a store. It's like, hey, this is what we're selling it for, but there's also an option to do best offer. So I'm going to take off auction, and it's automatically going to pre-select buy it now. So I'm going to go into price. So it RSVP no, MSRP is $30. The stocking was sold, it said, for $20. But just because I'm a jerk, I'm going to put $24.95 as a price. Then I'm going to do, don't put on easy pricing because that's another kind of weird thing where I believe they charge you more money every time they relist it for you. That's what easy pricing is. So just leave that off. It's probably going to prompt you again to do it. So we'll make sure to not do it again. And then after I do the price, under easy pricing, it says offers. So it automatically pre-selects, yes, I want offers. Then if you wait a second, it pre-fills a price that you could basically best offer it for, or I can change it to whatever I want. So I'm going to change it to $15. So somebody who sees it for $24.95 but sees or best offer will go, well, shoot, I'll pay 15 for it. Puts 15. That's the lowest that I will accept it for. It sends me the offer later, and I accept it or decline. And then from there, we go forward. So below offer, it says quantity. I only have one, so I'm going to leave it one. Sometimes you can have multiples, though, and you put 2, 3, 4, 5. And then schedule listing start time. You don't have to worry about that right now. Shipping. This can be kind of weird, right? Shipping's kind of weird sometimes. So I got this little pre-selected kind of thing that I use. Basically, for small items, or I'll do it like this. I'll put generic. So for generic items, for the most part, you're going to have a certain weight, right? But there's a certain type of measurements that you can use, especially for there's something called media mail. So if you're selling like a book, or you're selling some type of like CD or some kind of audio visual type of like a DVD, CD, because they have such a high volume of that, they actually encourage you to sell those. So they actually ship those for cheaper. So that's what they call media mail. But for other generic things that are small, I'll do, and I'll show you guys this in a sec, but basically anything around like 1 pound, I'm putting 1 pound, anything around 1 pound is 4 by 4 by 7. I have another one that says small, 6 ounces, 6 by 10 by 5. I have a normal size, which is pretty decent. 7 by 10 by 4 is 1 pound, and then a bigger one would be 12 by 16 by 8, which is anything above like 2 pounds. So yeah, basically, I go back, I do shipping, and I go to pounds. What's funny is if you don't put the exact weight, you might not get caught. If you can't weigh your item, but you can, it's better to be above than below because count through eBay. So it's always best to do above than below. But granted, the price will change for the customer, and the customer might complain like, "Hey, that stocking is not 3 pounds. There's no way." So you got to kind of, you have to be honest. But a box alone can weigh almost a pound. So you just got to be kind of mindful of that. But then it says package dimensions. So for this guy, I'm going to use my normal size. So width, I'm actually going to do the opposite. So I'm going to do 4 height. Oh, sorry. I'm going to do, this is ballpark, but like, no, let's do 4. Let's do height is, height would be crap. I guess it's 7. And then 10. So just as long as the numbers match close to those numbers that I have, it's just a generic kind of size that I've measured before, and I just did that as a quick reference because odds are you're not going to want to measure a box every time you try to upload something, but there are generic numbers out there. But for the most part, you're probably going to be using a 4 by 4 by 7 or whatever, and a 1 pound is usually pretty good. Then after you do the shipping item package details, then you're going to select service. Now, for the most part, the cheapest one is going to be the one at the top. But sometimes if you want to, have an expedited service, you can do something like USPS priority mail. For this case, I would probably use the parcel select ground because it's cheaper. So it might entice a customer to buy it. It might not. And then you can see it says buyer pays $6.85 to $7.95 depending on their location. So yeah, that's all we really need to know. All the other options are off. I press done, and then I click list my item. It loads. It's probably going to ask me about easy pricing, which it does. Make sure your item gets sold with easy pricing. Like I said, I don't really use this because I believe it charges you extra listing fees. And, even if you have 50 this first time, you can always manually change the price. So if you need to know that, let me know. And then I say maybe next time, and then it says success, and I press done. So that's it. That's it, you guys. So with that being said, I really hope that you guys get motivated right now to go ahead and sell something on eBay. I really think it would help you emotionally with your emotional wellness. I think it'll help, but also, for the Motivation Monday of today, I just hope it gets you thinking like you can actually do this. Like you've got someone like us that's here to um, yeah, help you out and make sure that you can do your side hustle. And yeah, just appreciate you guys listening in. Um, Once again, this is our motivational Monday slash emotional wellness Monday podcast, but also Motivation Monday. And we hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Stay motivated. Um, get all the stuff that you need done today so you can kill it tomorrow. And we appreciate y'all. Please rate and review if you can. Like and subscribe. See you later.